Hi, this is Audrey from Balance Longer. This is the first video I'm doing after my birthday video, and I want to talk to you about hips. Protecting our joints and spine as we age becomes very important. I just turned 70 and I have to do some modifications to work out my hips and retain my hip flexibility, but avoid loading the hips and having unsupported weight, which could compress my cartilage, cause pain, and stress my joints. Instead, I want to keep all the weight on my arms, my legs, and my back, and my butt. So I'm going to show a few modifications that I recommend. I'm going to use a block and a chair. If you don't have a block, you can use a book or something very similar to it. One of the very popular things in yoga is something called a Yogi Squat, where you have your legs pretty far apart and you go down like this. And sometimes people go really far down and you have all that unsupported weight on your hips. I don't recommend that. And if you want to go pretty far down, I would say you should use a block where you can have the weight really is on the block instead of your hips. Or alternatively, you could use a chair. Just sit on the edge of the chair. You'll have your legs apart like this, and you can do the same kind of thing and go back and forth and really work the flexibility of your hips, but be very gentle with having weight on them and not stressing them or overstressing them. A similar exercise in yoga is something called the side angle pose, where you're in a warrior two position, kind of this way. And you go down. Sometimes people go very low down. They do binds. And again, all that weight here. And I would say use a block, or you could just use the chair and really get the same benefit looking up and stretching out this way. You can do that on both sides with the chair or with a block. And the last one I'm going to talk about is probably the worst one because it's asymmetrical weight, and that's Pigeon, where you're down, you have one leg in front, kind of this way, and one leg in back. A lot of times people go down and you have all that unsupported weight on just one hip in this case. So I don't recommend that. I would recommend instead to do double pigeon, where you have both legs in that position, one on top, and then you can do all the same kind of stretching that you would normally do in pigeon, but you don't have that stress on your joints. Alternatively, you can just go on your back and do it this way. Same kind of idea on both sides. So on that note, I am going to start recording my gentle yoga hip-friendly class on Balance Longer, and hopefully I will see you there and you found this useful.